In African diplomacy, silence can be louder than words. After the failed coup in Burkina Faso, West Africa was gripped by uncertainty. ECOWAS, the region's mediator, stood still, paralyzed by crisis fatigue. Into this void stepped Morocco, breaking the silence with a bold move, offering a strategic partnership to Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. This was no empty gesture. Morocco's action challenged the old order, signaling a new era of African-led solutions. While regional bodies hesitated, Morocco offered concrete support. The world took notice. Morocco bet on a future where Africans shape their own destiny, sending shockwaves from Brussels to Abuja. The silence is over. A new conversation has begun. Burkina Faso's failed coup was a stark reminder of its fragile state. In late 2024, a group of officers tried to topple the transitional government, but loyal military units and a weary public held firm. The aftermath saw swift government action. Over 100 suspected plotters had their assets frozen. Yet, this crackdown risked deepening elite divisions at a time when unity was crucial. ECOWAS, from which Burkina Faso and its Sahelian neighbors had withdrawn, offered only token condemnation. The region's silence revealed a fractured West Africa, where collective security had given way to national interests. Into this vacuum, Morocco saw opportunity, a chance to offer partnership where others offered only distance. The kingdom's move bypassed faltering institutions, speaking directly to the needs of the Sahel. Morocco stunned the world with its Atlantic Initiative, a sweeping proposal to the alliance of Sahel states. The centerpiece, full access for Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to Morocco's Atlantic ports, including the advanced Dakhla facility. This lifeline could transform landlocked nations into maritime players. Morocco's offer included military cooperation, intelligence sharing, and joint training. Most significant, Morocco recognized the alliance of Sahel states as a legitimate bloc. The Atlantic Initiative blended economic, military, and diplomatic support. This was a calculated investment in regional stability and influence. The offer stands, a bold vision to reshape the region with Rabat at its center. For landlocked nations, lack of a coastline is a crippling economic handicap. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have long struggled with costly, unreliable trade routes. Morocco's offer of Atlantic port access is revolutionary, providing a direct, stable corridor to global markets. The Dakhla port, linked by new road and rail, could slash transit times and costs, making Sahelian exports competitive and imports affordable. This isn't just economics, it's about sovereignty. Diversifying sea access reduces political vulnerability and enhances independence. The initiative reframes the Sahel as a continental crossroads, not a remote hinterland. Morocco's investment could turn a geographic disadvantage into a strategic opportunity. Morocco's Atlantic Initiative is a masterstroke in diplomacy, forging new partnerships while bypassing old institutions. Not bound by ECOWAS politics, Morocco engaged the Sahelian states directly, focusing on mutual interests. This move challenges the old Francophone power dynamics and offers the Sahel an alternative to French dependency. The Rabat-Sahel axis creates a new north-south corridor, independent of ECOWAS and France. Morocco gains influence and markets. The Sahel gains a vital ally and economic lifeline. This could become a new center of gravity in African affairs, drawing others into its orbit. The silence of ECOWAS created a vacuum. Morocco filled it decisively. A new era of pragmatic, interest-based African alliances is emerging. Morocco's initiative is a modern take on Pan-Africanism. African nations solving African problems. Unlike Western-backed projects, this is African-funded and African-driven, free from external conditions. Morocco's approach is pragmatic. Engage the de facto authorities, prioritize stability and development, and foster real partnership. Critics point to Morocco's own interests, especially Western Sahara, but national interests have always shaped Pan-Africanism. The real test will be results, shared prosperity and security, or a new dependency. For now, it's the most ambitious African-led integration project in a generation. Morocco's model is practical Pan-Africanism, solidarity through action, not rhetoric. The continent is watching to see if this vision delivers. Morocco's Atlantic Initiative has sparked reactions across Africa and beyond. In the Sahel, public optimism is high. Citizens see the offer as a turning point. Governments in Ouagadougou, Bamako, and Niamey have embraced the proposal, calling it a victory for sovereign diplomacy. ECOWAS and key members like Nigeria are wary, seeing their influence challenged and regional unity threatened. France, too, is alarmed. Its role in the Sahel is being eclipsed by a regional power. The African Union is cautious, balancing support for African solutions with concerns over constitutional order. Western powers watch closely, wary of military regimes but desperate for stability. Morocco's move forces every player to reassess their strategy. The continent stands at a crossroads. Old allegiances are being tested by new possibilities. The future of African alliances is being rewritten in real time. Thomas Sankara's legacy looms large over the Sahel, a vision of self-sufficiency and true African solidarity. He would likely applaud the spirit of South-South cooperation, but scrutinize the terms for real equality. The contrast between Sankara's grassroots revolution and Morocco's top-down statecraft is stark, yet both aim for African strength. The Morocco-AES alliance signals a major realignment. Smaller, agile blocs are driving integration, not continent-wide institutions. If the Atlantic Initiative succeeds, it could inspire similar projects and reshape Africa's diplomatic landscape. The gamble carries promise and risk. Its impact will unfold in the years ahead. If it delivers, it will mark a turning point. African leaders solving African problems. The future is being written in Africa's capitals, not Europe's halls. The continent, for now, holds its breath, and Insight Africa will be here when history exhales.